Hey everyone, it's Matt with Downrange. Quick update. I know we missed last week's. I'm still trying to edit it, so if I succeed, I'll get that one up. I just want to talk about the stuff that I got done here this last week, since the last video will have ended. Technology problems, I'm special like that. So let me walk you through everything that I've been working on. All right, so a lot of the stuff that's been done, back end especially. So we've gotten our 25 A and B, 23 A and B. Both of those got mounted, placed in. They have been polyurethane on the interior. I borrowed that from Dyno Don. Same thing with our inner webbings here. That was previously done as well. So same thing, polyurethane the interior of both of these so they are nice and preserved and protected. These are all glued up. Same thing with all of our webbings. So I'm not sure how much of this stuff was in the last video or not. I'm probably just going to dump in everything into this video and just have one 15-minute video today. That's all right. Let's see, what else did we get doing? I'm pretty sure that included all the doublers. So here are all your doublers. The way I did the original ones, and I think this was probably overkill, is I mounted the doubler in place with clamps, glued the gusset to that, inserted in the proper place, glued them together here, clamped them, and then removed them. When they solidified, then I glued everything into place. I think that was overkill. I don't think it was necessary. We're going to find out because I did it differently the second time around. But we got all of these in place. So all of these are done, mounted up, ready to go. Additionally, or more recently, I should say, we got 27 and 28 done. So those were put into place. This one's a 3/4. This was a 1/2-inch insert. Carved and then sanded to profile so that would actually fit relatively flush. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. I spent a lot of time on the power sander getting that one worked out properly. Same thing with this guy. The funny thing is about this guy right here is it's a 1/2-inch and a 3/4 notch. So I actually had to build another plywood doubler, or insert I should say, block filler right here that sits in here. So the rudder bar is actually going to sit right flush against it. So there's still a little gap here. I might have to figure something else out to tighten that up, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Then we got the front face piece, exactly. You can see I actually did a fairly decent job lining that hole up. It's not perfect, but it's pretty close. Same thing with the outer webs for 27A. 27B, I messed with this for a week since I've trimmed this down, probably a little longer. I could not figure out, for the life of me, in spite of this extra little cutout that's over here and everything else that's on that, how the heck to make that fit. I finally broke down, threw it on the bandsaw, zipped it vertically, and then glued it all in place. It's actually fairly tight. Is it as strong as it would be if it were one piece? No, unfortunately. But at that point, I had to figure out how to get this stupid thing in there, and I couldn't think of another way. So the edges are a little wide, but we'll break out the file on that, or the power sander here, because that's probably going to be the next thing on the fuselage, is the power sander, is cleaning all of that up. So everything was heavily epoxied on the interior. So that should be fairly thoroughly set up and ready to go. And then these slots here and here are going to be for the spar for the horizontal stabilizer. And then the main vertical rudder post will go right on the back side of this, and then there'll be a final bracket right here. And then the actual rudder controls will dip from here, through here, and then connect here, which then get converted into connecting here, and so on. Now that I've kind of covered all the tail components that we need to worry about, now we have our Jape components right here. We're going to have a couple of different mounting fixtures right in this location here. We're going to have mounts here. We're going to have a mount up on top of here as well. Let's not forget this got glued in too, so there's going to be a mount right here. I'm just using this for as a simulated control rod, but we're going to get mounts here as well. That's going to be for elevator control. This will also be for elevator control. So that's all done in place. All of the webbing from the seat belts is done as well. I got the front doublers in because I think the last video I had the backs done, but the fronts are now done as well. So those are in place. I'm going to start digging into the seat belts this week too in the next few days, because they're going to probably get mounted here or here for the lap belt. Obviously, that's for the shoulder belts, but lap bolt goes here. The plans, I think, ask for it to be back here, but when it's behind that, it actually, as Dino Don showed in his video, that actually went over his stomach, not over his hips. So moving it up here should put that over my hips when I'm actually in the seated position. Let's see, we had a broken piece come out. I think it was here. Yeah, this one just got recut and re-glued. So far, she's holding up nicely. She's not breaking out, so I'm pretty happy with that. Doublers over here. I think I did not cover this yet, so we just added these new gussets here, and the plywood doublers on the back side. That looks pretty good so far. We added the 3/4 ply inserts because we do have those extra blocks in there, and because of the structure in general, I'm not going to add a doubler onto that. Plus, I don't think there's anything mounted through that, so we're going to leave those as is. It's just going to be extra support for the main spar mounting, because that's what that slot's for. That's the main spar. That slot right there is for the rear spar. Up front, you see where that one's clamped, that bar right there, it actually snapped from the front. So we re-glued that and mounted that up, so that just got finished up today. So I'm gonna keep this one relatively short as a full 2-week update. Expect in upcoming weeks and upcoming projects, I will be filming a lot more of it with my GoPros, and then we'll add a lot more motion capture stuff to it. So you're gonna get the reviews of the construction that's done, as well as the actual construction processes as it happens. And I brought an extra action camera in addition to my cell phone and my GoPro, so I will be able to actually have a camera kept up on all of that equipment while it's getting used, the table saw when it's getting used, and then just an overall image. Then I'll have my cell phone for close stuff and for the TikTok. So everybody who's been watching, I appreciate it. Any advice you have, always appreciated. Thank you for all the assistance. Thank you for all the support. It was great meeting some cool guys at AirVenture. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next video.